Yo YouTube. Du coup on va continuer l'histoire. Et donc là il faut aller dormir. Mais je n'ai rien à augmenter je crois. J'ai rien que j'ai envie d'augmenter là, je pense que tout est bon. Ah si, peut-être ça. Ouais, ça c'est cool. Vas-y, on va augmenter ça. Hop là. Et on va confirmer. Et on va dormir. Et la nuit suivante.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Ouais, je me dépêche, calme-toi.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Okidoki. On va juste passer parler à Thomas. Car j'ai récupéré un nouvel indice sur lui. Petit Thomas qui s'est pris un obus dans la gueule.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Ah. Donc c'était pas un obus.
Lie about it.
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
Ah. Oh, on peut perdre. J'ai perdu un indice comme ça. Oh.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
But the suffering continues.
Oh.
The daily routine.
Oh, ça fait si mal. Oh, en plus, c'est des sauvegardes automatiques, on peut pas retourner en arrière.
It's locked. It's locked all.
Oh, je suis si triste. Vous pourrez mettre pause si vous avez la foi de lire, moi j'ai un peu la flemme. C'est sûrement un indice. Ouais, voilà. On va aller voir Pipa Hawkins. Je crois que c'est elle, le pire c'est pas elle.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Mais c'est bien elle.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Tout ce que vous avez accompli, les patients ont besoin de vous.
But you're doing something important here. For all the patients who need your help.
We save lives, sure. Each time we send a cured patient home, it's a relief beyond words. But since the epidemic, I feel so powerless.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ok, ok. On va y aller, hein. Allons-y. On va aller chercher le truc à la pharmacie. On va faire une petite mission secondaire. Quoique. Faire la mission principale. Ouais. Et on fera la mission secondaire quand on devra aller vers les docks. On fera une pierre de coups. Alors où est-ce qu'il faut aller exactement? Là il faut aller à droite je crois. Ouais, c'est bien par là-bas. Allons-y.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody. Un peu troll. Oh. Ah. C'est dommage pour...
C'est quelle touche pour esquiver? Ah, c'est espace, putain. Ok. J'arrête de faire n'importe quoi. On va se soigner. Oh, du coup on a plus de 140. Et qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc bleu? Ok. On va retourner pour faire la mission principale. Ok, donc il y a encore des vampires chelous là.
It's locked.
Ça l'a pas esquivé là.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Donc là faut chercher un peu des sortes de produits possibles.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Pouvoir créer ensuite des remèdes.
It's locked, all right.
Il y a ce sol du coup.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Qu'il n'y a rien là-haut à récupérer. Sans ruche liquide. Pouvoir de ça me servir à faire des antidotes, je pense. Oula. L'air d'avoir plus de sorts que les autres.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
plus sûr que les gauches sont faire exprès. En tout cas, je trouve l'univers très cool. Tout d'amputation utilisée. Qui est là pour absorber directement du sang. Oh.
It's locked.
Oh. Regardons tout ça. Là, avec taux d'amputation. Et là, 45, 15, 15, 10. Je dirais peut-être ça. Avec... ouais, avec le pieu. Et sûrement bien comme ça. Couteau d'amputation peut être très pratique, je pense. Pour avoir du sang en plein combat juste en faisant un petit clic droit. Ah oui. Un bon petit combo. Est-ce que je viens déjà d'ici? Je crois bien. Hop. Récupère de l'argent. Voilà. T'es qui toi? Je confirme, le taux d'amputation est quand même bien rentable.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Oh, on est établi. Ah ouais. Ah et peut-être qu'au fur et à mesure leurs maladies vont grandir. Là c'est juste de la fatigue et ça peut... Ok. Ouais je vois. Je sais quoi c'est nul pour le même organe. À fabriquer un traitement pour la fatigue. Il y avait plusieurs portes fermées, il y avait des... Une nouvelle enquête de citoyens disponible. Ok. Enquête sur les citoyens, c'est ici que vous pouvez consulter les enquêtes sur les citoyens triés par quartier, vous pouvez démarrer une nouvelle mission. Plus dur sera la chute, trouver la cause de la mort. J'ai lu le rapport du docteur Tippett concernant la mort de Samuel Connor. Je suis pas encore totalement convaincu, peut-être que je devrais mener au programme, peut-être pas des amis.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Aïe 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 aïe.
It's locked, all right.
Ces médecins ont l'air pas très... Pas très ouf. Pas l'air de bien connaître leur travail. Je trouverai peut-être les clés plus tard en faisant d'autres choses. Oh. Cette clé récupérée par ici. On va repartir. Yep. Bon. Allons-y. Il n'y a pas encore cette personne là-bas. Ah non, c'est fermé.
It's locked. Good evening.
Tiens, lui, il n'avait pas parlé, c'est le monsieur désagréable, ce qui paraît.
I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Très bonne
I'd
question.
like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Oh, les dégâts. Ok, ok. Où est ma mission?
And I thought last summer's epidemic was different.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Non, tu as fait une connerie. Et tu le sais.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Do you need any help?
Thank you, Dr. Reed, but you've done enough already. The rest is up to me now.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
C'est
I
sa mère
have to
le
go
problème.
now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Doctor.
Never could keep anything.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Ok, ça a rien débloqué que je soigne. Ok, ok. On va aller finir la mission et parler à Swansea.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not?
In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.